Hello, everyone, and welcome to Jammin Jukebox, the radio show. I'm your host, DJ Delta Dawn, and gosh, so glad to be here with you this evening on the eve of July 4th Eve, and very excited about tomorrow. Great day in our country, Independence Day, and so I know that many of you are planning to celebrate and go out and see fireworks and maybe have a barbecue or two, and it's just going to be a great day. It's one of my favorite holidays throughout the year because it doesn't involve presents and it doesn't involve a lot of hoopla. It's just getting together with family and friends and just celebrating the day and eating, of course, and just having a great day. Now, here in North Carolina, we have been dealing with rain for about the last 7 to 10 days. And today, this evening, the sun popped out. Now, I hope that means the rain is done because there are some fireworks that were canceled for tonight due to the weather. And so there's a lot of disappointment there. But for those celebrations that are taking place tomorrow, there's a lot of outdoor events, a lot of outdoor concerts, a lot of bands are performing all over the state in various places. And so, we hope that the rain holds off and that tomorrow will be nice. Friday can be a downpour. I have to go back to work Friday. But tomorrow, let's have a great day. That's what we're shooting for. So very excited to be with you here this evening, and I know everybody's getting ramped up for tomorrow, as I am. Very stoked. Always glad to have a day off of work. So, and unfortunately, this is not my day job. I wish it were, and hopefully one day it will be. But this evening, we've got a great guest, and I'm waiting for him to call in now. And he is just phenomenal because he is an R&B artist. Now, I love R&B. It's one of my favorite genres of music. And the thing that I love about this artist is that his musical style is so reminiscent of R&B from, say, the 70s, early 80s kind of, sound. He really is one of those indie artists that is working to bring R&B back to the way it used to be. And I'm finding that a lot of indie artists who are going the R&B route are really writing music that is, indicative of days gone by that we grew up on, Marvin Gaye and there's just Brothers Johnson, and there's just so many different R&B groups. I mean, I could be here for days naming them all, that made the genre so popular. And this artist, he is no exception. He is just absolutely phenomenal. And he has a brand new song out that just dropped yesterday, as a matter of fact, that's called I Am. And it is a beautiful, beautiful song that he sings, and it's a very, very special song that he wrote. And, I mean, when we get him on the line, we'll have him talk about it. But the loss of his mother to breast cancer is what inspired the song, and that's all I'm going to say without giving too much away. But the song is beautiful. I mean, the first time I heard it, I was just pouring tears. It was so moving, and we will be playing it a little bit later in the show. But I would like to introduce to you now one of the most soulful, young, aspiring indie artists that I've heard in a very long time, and he's done so many things already in his career. It is unbelievable, and I'm just so proud to have him with us tonight, and I'd like to introduce to you now, Antoine Dunn. Hello.
Hello there. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's such a great time, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for being here. I mean, it is the eve of a big holiday in our country tomorrow. So, to get anybody on a radio show tonight of all nights, it's quite a feat. But I'm very excited that you're here because I was just telling the listeners before you called that your single I Am dropped yesterday on iTunes, and it's out now officially. I'm so excited, and Antoine, I must tell you, it is brilliant. When I first heard the song some time ago, I was in tears by the end of it. It is so moving, and what a poignant tribute to your mother. I mean, I was just so touched by it. I think anyone that hears it, that's lost a loved one or someone that means a great deal to them, this song will mean a tremendous, amount to them. So without launching right into that, I just wanted to say that right out of the gate because it's very, very special, I know, to you, and it's going to come to be very special to many, many listeners out there who buy it. So congratulations on the drop of that. That's got to be very exciting for you.
Yeah, it's an amazing feeling. And as you said before, when you go through something in life like that, and you have a chance to kind of, I don't know, free yourself, if you will, and get some of those emotions out, and be able to turn something into a positive, and to turn an experience into something that can be therapeutic for other people and for other listeners and other musicians, and so that people can know that, you can bounce back when you have these type of tumultuous situations in life, and that you can have an outlet through art, and you can share it with the world, and you can kind of heal, and your fans can heal with you, along the way. So it's a great time for me, a time of transition for the whole brand, and this was the first song that we were going to launch with, and it's been very well received around the world thus far, so we're really happy about that.
Well, again, a huge congratulations to you because, when I heard the song initially, the first thing that I thought about was not only the backstory behind the song, but just you could just hear the emotion in your voice as you sang it. And really, for you, being, the meaning that the song holds for you, I mean, how difficult was it to perform the song initially when you sat down to cut the track?
Oh, my God. I mean, this every once in a while, as a songwriter, you have those songs where you sit down at the keyboard and there's just an energy that kind of rushes through you throughout the writing process. And I Am was one of those songs to where for a long time I only had the first few lyrics. I only had like the first 8 bars of the song. And then, one day I just got the rest of the words, through the experiences. And it was very hard. I mean, that's one of those songs where you come to tears as you're writing the song, because the significance of the song, it's flowing through you, as you're writing. And I remember actually being in the studio recording that song, and actually kind of holding back like tears towards the end of the song, because the song really tells a story. And when you get to the end of the song, it's kind of like, oh my God, like, you just everything is like hyped at its highest level, and so it was very hard. And even sometimes to perform the song live can be hard. It can be hard. So, but nonetheless, I mean, it doesn't keep me from performing the song or sharing my story and the reason behind the song and just everything about it.
Well, I can just tell you that, if I did not know the story behind your song and had just heard it, on the radio or had just received the song, I would have still probably broke down in tears towards the end, because it does tell a story, and the story is so moving and so poignant, and it's so beautifully done the way, you just expressed what was within, through the piano, and the music on the song, I think is what really grabs you as well, because there's a lot of instrumentation on it that just, the melody is just absolutely beautiful, and coupled with the words, it really pulls at your heartstrings, let me just tell you. and when I heard it, too, it was kind of a personal moment for me, because when I first heard it, I lost my boyfriend of over 2 years, just about 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years this Sunday, unexpectedly, to a heart-related illness he didn't know he had. And when I heard that song, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so fitting for this moment I'm in. But it also is a great identifier for fans alike who have been through this sort of thing. I mean, I think everyone out there has lost a loved one in some form or fashion to something, and cancer is one of those diseases that takes many, and so it has an effect on us all, quite frankly. You know, it's either affected us personally or we know someone who's been through it, you know. And
absolutely.
So talk a little bit about that, if you don't mind, if you can, about the whole inspiration behind the song for those listeners who may not know.
Well, that song, when I wrote that song, I had just gotten back from being in Thailand, and you know, it's one of those songs to where you're in a place in life to where you just want to be taken out of the moment, because the moment seems to be so stressful, and it seems to be so much pressure on you, and this is transferable. I mean, it can be any type of situation. It could be you have any type of Paramount situation coming up in life, and if you can imagine like that type of pressure, and how sometimes you just feel like you want to be taken out of that moment. You want that sense of pressure to be off of you, and if you could relate it to a loved one, or knowing that someone that is very close to you may not be here, you know, with you very soon, and you're almost in essence counting the days down. If you can imagine like the type of pressure that might be on you, in terms of what are you doing with your hours, you know, like what are you doing knowing that you know, you don't have forever to spend with this person. So that was pretty much what the song is about, and in the song I say, one of the main lines is, so please take me out of time, me out of space, and everything that I am, because in that particular moment I wanted time to stop. Like I wanted time to stop. Like I wanted the world to just like stop spinning. Like, you know, just slow down so that I can catch up. You know, and the reality is that sometimes it just doesn't. So you just kind of make the best of what you can make out of life and different circumstances, and when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade as best as you can.
And that is so well said, and thank you for sharing that. I can so identify with that, because I remember when I lost my boyfriend, I just remember thinking over and over again, you know, I wish it were still July 6th. I wish it were still July 6th, because on July 6th I saw him for the last time, and, you know, and everything seemed fine. There was no indication that he would not be here on the 7th, and so it just, you know, I just wanted time to stop. I can completely understand that feeling. And the harsh reality of realizing that you can't stop time. Time is going to go on without you. You can either go on with it or it's going to leave you in the dust. And like you, it really did give me a realization of just how precious and fragile life is, and that none of us are guaranteed tomorrow. And that's said so often, and sometimes it can be so cliche, but man, is it ever true. I mean, it is so true. And that's why it's so important to just embrace those and love those while we have them, you know, because we don't know how much time we have or they have, and it's so critical. So this song, as I said, it's really a testament to anyone who's lost a loved one, whether it be to cancer or to some other illness or just in an unexpected way, you know, that they're having to deal with it. I think it will be a great healing song for many people.
Yeah, I certainly believe that as well, and I feel incredibly, you know, lucky and blessed to have been able to share my story through the music, and to know that people like yourself and that some of the other people around the world who have heard the song, it has been able to resonate with those people as well. So it's just a feeling that's unmatched for me as a songwriter and as a singer and an arranger, to know that what you put out there that was from your heart is in essence received in the heart of your listeners, and it just doesn't get much better than that.
And you know, and the thing is, you cannot fool a listener. You know, a listener can tell when a song is written from the heart, especially if they connect with it. And I think that is probably the goal of most any artist out there is hoping that their music will make that connection. And I can tell you yours definitely does, because you have such a legion of fans worldwide. It's just unbelievable how well received and revered you are in terms of the music that you've made and will continue to make, and that's so exciting. One of the things that I found very intriguing was that I had read that you actually started your performance career on stage in middle school, and at what point? What were you? Was it a talent show, or were you in a play, or what kind of inspired you to get involved in music?
Wow, I'm going to try and give you the short version. So
that's perfectly fine.
Keyword is try. So I was in 7th grade, I believe, and ironically, you know, my parents have been together forever, and there was this guy who just so happened to be the piano player at their wedding, you know. And it's crazy. I get old enough, and I'm in middle school, and I got this music teacher, and it ends up being the guy who played piano at my parents' wedding. So,
oh, gosh.
So, yeah, so he comes to me one day, and it's like, I don't know what happened. I always knew that I could sing, but I was always a little bit nervous. I was always a little bit scared. Like, I knew I would walk around, like, kind of, like, humming. And I might listen to a record, and it's like, I hear someone do something, and it's like, oh, I can do that. But I would never do it in front of anyone else. And there was a choir called the Challenge Choir, and the teacher comes to me, and he would call me Dunn. That's what he would call me. He would call me Dunn. He would call me Antoine. It's just like, Dunn, I want you to try out for the choir. So I was so nervous. Like, I sang this Drew Hill song for my audition, some song, I forget the name of the song, and I ended up getting into the choir, and from there, it's like something was like unlocked within me, and it's not like I lost every bit of being nervous, but something definitely was ignited in me by being able to be in that choir, and then also being able to be a part of a team, you know, and kind of like learning what the team is about, you know, and learning what it means to commit to an organization and to be at rehearsals, you know, no matter what, and to learn what it's like to be on the road at such a young age and to compete nationally, where I was able to win, you know, some national soloist awards, which are all things that I wouldn't have been able to do, you know, if I didn't audition for that choir, and it's experiences that I wouldn't have been able to have. So that's really how it all started. Everything else in between is just like, oh my goodness, like I wouldn't even know where to start. All I know is that. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, you know, thank God for your music teacher who obviously saw something in you and, you know, really believed in your talent and your ability enough to want to inspire you to join the choir, you know, and kind of led where it did. And, you know, and since then, you have gone on to do some amazing things. You're writing, you're arranging, you're producing. I mean, and you orchestrated your freshman album, The Truth of the Matter. And you went on national tour with R&B artists ESTELLE and Anthony Hamilton. I mean, okay, did you ever in your wildest dreams back on that stage in 7th grade think that one day you'd be performing with the likes of those artists?
Well, at that point, no. At that point, no. But once I did get to a point to where it was like, this is really serious for me. This is what I want to do, which was really a few years after that. I did believe, I always believed that I was doing the right thing. Like if there was a party that I didn't go to because I was at home writing a song, like I always felt like I was doing the right thing. And it did take a few years for me to really see the fruits of that labor, but now the just the rewards and the things that I've been able to do, it just confirms that I did make the right choice. And that's what's really, really big for me. It's just knowing that no matter what anyone said about, what you should do or what you should put your energy into, for you to actually see the vision that was in your head come to fruition in spite of all the challenges and obstacles is the most rewarding part, next to knowing that others subconsciously are liberated from you choosing to follow your goals and your aspirations and being successful, that they are liberated, and then now they believe that whatever it is they want to do is possible as well. So it's really, really great.
Well, I can just tell from listening to you that you are very motivating, you're very inspiring, and your music is inspiring, and I know that it's touching people, worldwide, and will continue to do so. It's just amazing because, to me, you're one of these artists that you've got this soulful feel about your music. I mean, it really does kind of exude, real traditional R&B that has kind of gotten lost in the fray of, the hip-hop movement that has kind of superseded a lot of R&B that's out there. And, it's so refreshing to have someone like you on the scene now who is making music that people have not only missed listening to, but want to listen to. R&B is kind of the root core of all these other derivative genres that were born up out of R&B since then. And I think we could never lose R&B in our country, our nation. It's just too important to the history of music. And so I love what you're doing. I love the fact that you kind of gravitated towards that as your personal genre of choice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like to believe that music is and art is so big and so broad that though we do put a genre on art and on music, that I really believe that it's all limitless. And I remember someone telling me once before about a famous quote from one of the Beatles, I believe, which was, there's just two kinds of music, and it's like there's the good kind and then there's the other kind. And I'm a firm believer in that concept and in that and in that idea that music is one of the only constants that we have in this world, to where if you go to a concert, no one's thinking about, hey, is the guy next to me, is he Jew or Gentile? Is he black or is he white? Is he heterosexual or is he homosexual? Is he this or is he that? Music is one of those things that really breaks down a lot of the boundaries that we have as human beings that keep us separated and keep us from learning about what it is we might have in common with our neighbors and our brothers and sisters, no matter where they are from. So I really believe that music is so big that it's limitless, and no matter where you start, it doesn't matter where you're going, and that's kind of what I would say to any artist. It's never too late to change directions, or to reinvent yourself, if you will, especially when it comes to art and music.
That is so well said, because I've said many times on this program and to many of my colleagues, music is a universal language. And you said that so well, because it is the one thing that no matter, where people are from, it knows no boundaries. It doesn't know color. It doesn't know, ethnicity. It doesn't know any of that. It is something that unifies and connects people more than anything else does. And it does break down a lot of those barriers. It's just a great connector for people, a great talking piece for people from all different kinds of backgrounds to just talk and have great conversation and forget, all those things that kind of society puts on us, and labels us out. And it's just a beautiful thing. It's just beautiful what music can do.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, it amazes me. I think that music it takes you places. Oftentimes people will say that travel broadens your horizons. Well, I believe that, for people who may not necessarily be able to travel as often as they would like to, when you listen to music, it can take you places. I mean, it's just one of those things. I mean, you can sit in the office and you can listen to 10 different, artists or 10 different styles of music, and it will broaden your horizon. It will challenge you to think, or it will challenge you to think to yourself, hey, why haven't I heard that before? Maybe I'm not seeking out, new things and different things and other things of quality as much as I often could. So music is just amazing. I could talk all day about it. I'm sure you can tell.
Oh, I could too. I've loved music as long as I've been breathing, and old enough to know what music was. I've often said, if I had to choose between television and music, I'd pick my music any day, just because it's just one of those things that is more soothing to my soul than anything else, and it always fits whatever mood you're in. You can always find something to fit, the mood and the moment, and it never fails, and that's what's so great about it. It's very versatile. Now, are you performing anywhere tomorrow for the 4th? Are you doing anything, got any upcoming dates that you'll be appearing at?
Well, I will be back in Cleveland, and I'll be here for a while. Right now, the brand is really in a place of kind of restructuring, and we just had the website launch on the 2nd, which was great. We have a new website up, IamAntoineDunn.com. We have the new single, I Am, that's out. And then also we have a beautiful concert, which will be my first concert in my hometown, which I'm really, really, really excited about, August the 23rd, which is actually 2 days before my birthday. And so I'm really, really excited. We have a lot of energy into this concert. We will have, it's going to be an amazing concert. I mean, I can't say it enough. Some funds from the concert will go back to breast cancer foundations within the Cleveland area. So that's another, great thing that we're doing here in the city of Cleveland. And we will have some players from the Cleveland Orchestra who will be playing with us, a few people from the Akron Symphony who will be playing with us. We'll have a horn section, and we'll have a full band, and we're going to have singers, and we'll have this and this and that and this and this and that. So it's going to be amazing. So we're putting a lot of energy into that, and come fall, we'll be getting back on the road again. So I'm just going to be enjoying the 4th here with my dad.
Well, good. I'm so glad. And if folks want to pick up your single, I Am, they can go to iTunes. Is there anywhere else they can pick that up outside of iTunes, or is that right now the only place?
Right now, that's one of the only online locations. It is available as well on Amazon, eMusic as well. The biggest thing I would encourage people to do is to go to www.IamAntoineDunn.com. And all the information will be there. There will be a direct link to where you can get the single, information about all the things that we have coming up for the brand. And then also we have a few videos up there so you can know a little bit about kind of what we've been up to for the past couple of years and where we are now and where we're going.
Well, I'm excited for where you're going. You've got a great career ahead of you, and it has just been our pleasure to have you with us this evening to talk about the new single. Congratulations on the drop there. It's exciting, and the upcoming concert. And again, that's August 23rd, correct?
Yes, it's August 23rd.
Cleveland.
Yeah, it's August 23rd in Cleveland. So if there's anybody listening from Cleveland, make sure you go to www.IamAntoineDunn.com. Everyone out there, make sure you follow me on Twitter at Antoine Dunn. I always talk back, so holler at me, drop me a line, let me know what you think of the new single. And you know, continue to support the brand, and I'll continue to do my best to keep inspiring people through the music and keep telling my story.
Well, what a story it is, and you are a phenomenal artist, and we'd love to have you back anytime that you have new music forthcoming so that we can share it with our listeners here and also get it in rotation here on our show and on our radio station. So thank you so much, Antoine, for being our special guest this evening.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been my pleasure. It's been my pleasure.
Well, I hope you have a wonderful 4th, and I'm sure we'll be hearing lots more from you moving forward, and we wish you all the best success.
Thank you so much. Everyone out there, enjoy your holiday, and I hope to talk to you guys again very soon.
And you will, and thank you, and take care.
All right, you all take care.
All righty. Bye.
Okay, bye.
And we've been speaking with Antoine Dunn, and I'm telling you, I'm about to play his single that dropped yesterday, I Am. It is a beautiful song, and I elected not to play it sooner in the interview because I would have been crying. It would have been hard for me to get through the rest of the interview, but I wanted to save it so that we could close our show on it. It's a beautiful, poignant tribute to his mother who died of breast cancer, and it really inspired him to write this song. Just to give you a little bit of insight, he says, losing my mother to breast cancer was one of the hardest experiences I have ever had to overcome. My mother was my biggest champion and one of my best friends. When she told me she was diagnosed with breast cancer, my whole world stopped. I wanted to be anywhere other than in that moment, but she inspired me to be strong for her and for myself. When she passed away, I had the honor of singing at her funeral, and that moment changed my whole perspective on how precious and fragile life can be. Our experience together inspired my single, I Am. It is my way of giving back to her the support she gave to me throughout my life. Antoine Dunn. And now, without further ado, we will be playing the premiere of I Am here on our radio station.
A stolen car and a broken heart is all I have to show for this part of my life. And I've tried to stay, but I've gone too far from you. It's like I don't even know you. It's like every time that I try to revive our love that was there once before, and it's just not enough. I feel like I'm running out of time, and I don't even know what's next. Don't know if you'll be here. Don't know if I'll regret. Feels like I'm running out of time. May not even know my name, or if I'll ever be the same if you are not here one day. So please take me out of time, me out of space, me out of everything that I am. That I am. is hard, because it's not easy. And who's to say I'm the one to say I'll return to you one day? But I know that I need to. Every time that I try to remind you that I never left you, though I'm not by your side, I say I feel like I'm running out of time, and I don't even know what's next. Don't know if you'll be here, don't know if I'll be where. Feels like I'm running out of time, may not even know my name. All I'll ever be the same if you were not here one day. So please take me out of time, me out of space, me out of everything that I am. Me out of time, me out of space, me out of everything that I am. Say, whoa, that I am, that I am, that I am. Say, oh, that I am, baby, that I am, me out of time, me out of space, and everything that I am.
Antoine Dunn, a brand new single just released yesterday to iTunes that is called I Am. And if you love that, if it moves you the way it moves me, I would highly recommend going and buying it. And he is going to be given a portion of proceeds in the fight against breast cancer. So, you know, that is something that, you know, could really pay off in the long run and would mean a great deal to him. If you would like to visit his website, again, it is IamAntoineDunn.com. Also, you can find him on Twitter at the same, I Am Antoine Dunn. And if you liked it, please let him know. I'm sure he would love to hear from you. And so that is going to wrap our show for this evening, folks. And we are going to be taking off the next couple of days to enjoy the 4th and the holiday weekend, as I know many of you will be. So hope that you enjoyed our interview again. We want to say a huge, huge thank you to Antoine Dunn for his time this evening, for being our special guest. Thank you to all of you out there for joining us. And to all new listeners, welcome aboard. We're glad to have you with us. And so with that, happy July 4th, everyone, and be safe with the fireworks and enjoy your time with family and friends, because really that is what it's all about, and life is way too short. So make it a memory and make it memorable. Take care, God bless, and have a great night all. Good night.
Thanks for listening to tonight's show. You can connect with Jammin' Jukebox Radio Show on Twitter at Jammin' Jukebox or on Facebook at Jammin' Jukebox Radio Show. Check out our website at thejamminjukebox.com. Also, follow us on Blog Talk, where you will be always up to date on every episode as we add it. Each episode is available for immediate download upon the conclusion of each broadcast, and as always on iTunes. Thank you for joining us.